So, this is, I guess, going to be my first episode of the podcast, the YouTube. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but we are doing it. Yes, we are. I just graduated from university, and so I have a lot of free time. So, I think this could be a great way to kill time by talking to myself, talking to the camera. Yeah. The time right now is 9:30, and I don't know what I'm doing. The point of this, I guess, podcast, this YouTube thing is, I guess, to not like overthink that much and just say whatever I want to say. So it's not really scripted. It is really loosely scripted. But yeah, everything I guess I'll talk about will be pulled out of my ass. So yes. I don't know, I haven't been living life that much in school. I guess this summer I figured was gonna be one of my best, and it, like, so far it is my best in terms of how, I guess, accomplished I feel. Yeah, life after graduation is weird because you feel like you're at a very big crossroads and you don't know where to go yet. At least for me. And I'm also sick right now, so that's great. This summer I've been doing a lot of things that I like. I've been going on lots of runs. I've been running a lot. And I've been reading, which is something that I had stopped doing for, I guess, over 3 years. Yeah, I started reading, like reading, in my last semester of high school because COVID happened. So I was like, let's do something. So that's why I picked up reading. I was reading until my my second semester in university, and I stopped because of finals, and I was scared. I was studying a lot, trying to get those A's, but now I realized that doesn't really matter anymore. At least I graduated with a decent GPA. Yeah, even this year I started writing music, like, seriously. Back then I was like, let's just write a song, because I realized I could sing a bit and I could play guitar a bit. So I started writing songs, but they didn't really mean much to me. But I haven't written anything in months. Oh yeah, I've also been doing lots of graphic design stuff. It's kind of like my hobby now, which is like weird because, like, 2 years ago I would never sort of expect myself to be doing this, but I did it, and I don't think I can make a career out of it. I have fun though. And speaking of careers, I've been applying to places. I got interviews, and this upcoming Friday, and we're filming on a Tuesday, so it's in 3 days. I'm having my second interview for this marketing agency. I hope things will go well. Oh, I'm trying to make this, yeah. Because it's kind of my dream place to work at, dream company to work at. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting very close to getting a job, which is good. And once I get a job, you guys will probably be the first to know. So, yes. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it coming. I can feel it. I believe in it. Prior to 2025, it wasn't great for me. It wasn't great. I did a lot of stuff still. It wasn't great in the sense that I wasn't really content with myself. I was always, I guess, seeking for like validation from other people, and I wasn't really standing up for myself that much. But this year, all of those definitely changed. I'm coughing too much, and I feel I should be resting my voice for the upcoming interview, but we'll see. I think it will work out. I think so. Pray for me.
Help! Help! Please, help!
But yeah, in the past I've been singing a lot, writing a lot of music, hanging out with people a lot, smoking a lot, which is bad. And I guess doing drugs, but I don't know, this year I'm trying to get clean. As in, like, I don't want to do that many drugs anymore. I'm just going to stick to one. um, I'm just going to stick to one. I've quit several things. I think my life's getting better. Yeah, I wasn't really experiencing life prior to 2023. I was just in my head. I don't know, I wasn't the person I wanted to be. This is something that, like, podcasting is something that I can see myself doing for sure. And I'm just looking at people running on the streets. Because it's 9:30. That's what you're supposed to do. Honestly, I was supposed to run this morning too, but it was kind of cold. That's why I'm wearing a lot of stuff in, like, August, which is summer here, but it's been getting really cold. I think that's why I got sick. Right now it's like 15 degrees. So 2 days ago, I started volunteering for the school that I graduated from. I was helping them out with, a week, which is orientation week. Yeah, it's been fun. I've met a lot of people, a lot of first years, which is insane, knowing that they're like 4 years younger than I am. Like, I was helping them move into their residence, their dorms. Yeah, and then I was helping with the events. I wanted to be that guy who, like, gives directions to new students, because I feel like after 4 years of being on campus, I know where things are. At least that's what I think. So yeah, yesterday I was just telling people where to go, like, oh, go there, take a left, go there, take a right. And I hope I was right. I hope they didn't get lost. Yeah, and there was a lot happening on campus. I think this was my 4th week. Because when I was in first year, that was 2021, and COVID was still around. So I didn't really have an orientation week, which is kind of sad, because I could have met so many people. Actually, I think I did have orientation week, but it wasn't much. It was there. It didn't make an impact. My second year was really uneventful. I didn't do anything. I was working part-time at a pub. I was, like, serving food and alcohol to students. When I say students, university students. But that was the only memory I have for that year. I remember working really hard. I remember getting a lot of tips and doing school. I started to hate school by then already. I was, like, sick of it, but I don't know. I think I wasn't really putting in the effort, but I think I'm just, like, smart enough to figure things out. And I did. Things worked out for a while. Third year, I was starting to go out more often with people I met in class. that was fun. Third year was a lot of drinking. That was the first time that I had ever. That was the first time I ever drank. I drank beer when I was like 14, but then that doesn't really count because that was like a sip. I got invited to like parties and stuff because I was that like crazy drunk person that I guess a party needed. So I would go with my friends. We would like pregame and then we would go there and we would drink again. And me being such a lightweight, I always get too. I always get too crazy when I drink. I don't know when to stop. Usually, I do know when to stop. I don't want to stop. So, yeah, there was a lot of drinking and then doing stuff that is legal, but not really. But yeah, I was doing all of that in third year, and I thought I was having the time of my life, and I think I was having the time of my life. But I didn't really focus on myself and my mental well-being. I feel like without that third year, I wouldn't be able to go into fourth year knowing what I know. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I think you do. So fourth year came, and fourth year was my last year. By that point, I wasn't like paying attention to school anymore. I wasn't giving a shit. I wasn't. But I started to take graphic design courses, and I remember really enjoying them. But my business courses, I was dreading them. I was not loving it. I didn't want to go to class most of the time, but then that was also when I began to take time out for myself and sort of like be alone more. Yeah, so like, yeah. I mean, I talked to more people, but I made fewer friends, and I definitely lost friends. And I'm happy about that because I was able to make time for myself. And that was really crucial. Yeah, I feel like I need to be alone sometimes. It helps. And I was getting better. And at the start of fourth year, it was the worst. It was honestly the worst. No, I was on the verge of being the younger Ben again, which is not something I want to relive. I was feeling a lot of emotions. I was going through a few things, and I don't think most people know because I don't tell them anything. Like I keep things to myself because my process is like when I'm going through something, I need to like sit with it for a minute. When I say a minute, I mean like probably a month, and then answers just come to me, and then I'll know what to do. My cat is being crazy. Fourth year was rough, but it got better. It got way better, and now I'm like at my best. I'm peaking, like mentally, and I guess physically too, because I started running in January of this year. I started when it was still snowing. Like I ran in the snow. In Toronto, snow doesn't end until early March. But then this year, I think it was snowing in April too. So that was kind of crazy. This year has been crazy, like weather-wise, climate-wise. When I run, I just have no thoughts in my head. I'm just like experiencing life, like how it should be experienced. And I was having a blast. I am still having a blast. I just put some music on and run. And it's usually the part of the day that I look forward to the most. And reading, I think. If I'm reading a good book and I haven't finished it, like the whole day I would only think about finishing it, which is, yeah, shows how jobless I am. But I can feel a job coming my way. Yeah, and speaking of books and reading, the book that sort of ended my 3 year reading slump is this one. Aristotle and Dante discovering the secrets of the universe. A very long title. It's an amazing book. It was really easy to read. It's very easy to get through. The language is really clear. And I love it. And that was a reread. Like, I read it before. I read it in my first year when I was like in my reading zone. And I remember liking it, but I was not loving it. But I guess I didn't understand the point. I didn't understand the point of the book back then. I was like, oh, this is cute. This is fun. This is kind of sad. Yeah, but now that I reread it, and thank God that I did, because it ended the slum. I realized how many points and stuff I missed. Now that I think I fully fathomed the book, it's one of the best things I own for sure. It's such an amazing book. It's very pure. All I can say is that it's gay. But it's not just that. It is a book about the loss of identity and how you find your identity again. It's a very identity based book. I guess I was feeling lost, and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed by the fact that I graduated and that I am now standing in front of really important decisions. I don't know. I'm excited to like reread it again in like a couple years to see how well it stands over time. Yeah. And then the next book this is Darius the Great. It's not okay. Oh my god, it's glossy. Okay. I don't own this. I borrowed this from the library by Adib Khorram. I think that's how you say it. It's okay. Definitely not the best thing I read. It didn't change my life. It didn't do much for me. It's gay. Well, it's not that gay. It's not gay. Like there's nothing that's gay here. It's just suggestive. It talks about depression, which I really appreciate. One thing I don't like about this book is the writing. I think it's too, I don't know, I think it's too teeny. It's teenage. I don't like the writing. I wish I did, because it got really high ratings from people on like Goodreads. I know people live for this book. Like they love this book, and I do understand why. It's an important book, definitely for not just for like queer kids, but for young folks that are growing up and facing an identity crisis and also facing depression. I think it's an important topic to talk about. I just didn't really like the writing. I wish some of the conflicts were a bit more drawn out and had a little bit of a resolution, a little bit of a closure to the conflicts, because it's just mostly like, oh, I hate you, I don't like this. And then the next stage is like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And then they cry, and then whatever. I think in real life it's not that simple, especially when it involves people with depression and people who haven't figured out their identity, I guess. I think the conflict should be more drawn out, and it should be more of the focal point, because then I would realize what it wanted to teach me. Also, I had picked up I'll Give You the Sun. I'm just gonna put it here. It's an amazing book. I don't own that book. I borrowed it and I returned it. Basically, that book is about these twins, and they were like separated. Not separated, but like something happened, and they don't talk to each other anymore. So we got to see the whole past, like 3 years prior to the present. It's just being told by two narrators, which are the twins. Yeah, so we get like a chapter of Noah, we get a chapter of Jude, and then Noah, and then Jude, Noah, Jude, until the story ends. And I like the concept. a lot. But it's not just the concept. The whole story is insane. There are twists that I wouldn't expect coming into this book. I thought this book would be like a cute, cozy, warm, and it definitely does give that. But it's more than that. Like, it's very nuanced, I think. And I really like that about that book. It's nuanced. The writing is sometimes can be a lot. Sometimes can be a bit overwhelming. There are a lot of metaphors. And it's overly descriptive. So like, I guess you just have to be patient with the book and with what the author is trying to say. But I do think the writing is beautiful. It's fun. It's charming. It fits the character, the narrators, I should say, Noah and Jude. Yeah, it's about, again, identity. Again, like finding yourself and being yourself. I love books like that. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. And the one I'm reading right now is The Outsiders, the 50th anniversary edition. Oh, it's glossy. I borrowed this from the library. It's a very short book, as you can see. So far it's been going great. I almost got to the halfway point. It's like the poor and the rich. That's what it's like. But it's more nuanced than that. It's about their social interactions and how they feel about the other party. I guess it's centered around these like three brothers and their friends and how they get through life being in this, I guess, underprivileged community. So far it's been fun. It's a really engaging read. I wouldn't say it's like action packed, but there's a lot of action compared to the other books I read. There's definitely a lot of fighting, a lot of deaths, and a lot of guns and knives and stuff. I couldn't put it down. I started it yesterday and I think I read like 100 pages. And I think the thing with me is that I read really slowly. It's not because I can't read fast, but when I read, I really want to take everything in. I really want to like understand what they're trying to say. I had like a event that I was volunteering for yesterday. And then I was also reading that while I was volunteering. And like one of the person, they passed by me reading in like the quad. And then they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yes. Like, I was just reading. The Outsiders, I think it will be great. I think it will end up being really good because so far it's been really good. And it's picking up the pace. Like the pace has been picked up. They're doing some wild stuff right now. So, yeah. And I also had borrowed another book. So I borrowed Darius the Great Is Not Okay, The Outsiders, and The Nix, or like the Nix. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Yeah, I borrowed them to read when I'm sick. This week, I would not be going out. I would not be going out that much, so I should be reading more. So that's why I borrowed 3 books at once, and I'd finished one. The other one, I'm getting there, and the Nix or the Nix, whatever you want to call it, that will be started like soon. I think in a couple days. And it's insane to me that this year's ending, 2025 is ending, and I know that you can hear a lot of construction noises because they're like building the fucking subway station here near my house, so it's been a bit loud, but I think we can deal with it, right? I think you guys are okay with it. So yeah, and I haven't been gaming that much. My roommate just got like a PS5, and I immediately went to the store and got a used copy of GTA 5. So that's what I had been playing a lot until I stopped because I was like locking in for interviews. I was like applying to jobs and I was like feeling a bit stressed. I was not feeling in like a gaming mode. Like I was not in that mood. Doing this right now is the first thing that I did waking up. Actually, I took a dump. I brushed. And here I am. Yeah. Downtown is so loud, guys. I don't know. I feel so weird saying guys because like in real life when there's like people in front of me saying guys like okay, yeah, but to a screen, guys is like weird because who are the guys like who? Well, yeah, I hope this episode gets out. Yeah, because I plan to do more of these. I think I have a talent in doing these in talking smack. I don't know. I think this year will be a very important year for me to look back on, and I'm getting happier. So that's what matters. For the first time last week, I was riding on a bike. I was biking around the city. Biking around Toronto, I don't think it's a good idea. Like the traffic is crazy. There are a lot of cars. Yeah, and I remember my friend and I we had to start biking at like 6 because it would be crazy at 5 p.m. when everyone like gets out from work. We made a whole loop around the city. We went to the harbor, the water, the lake, and then we got back, and then we were like chatting for a little bit, and it took like 2 hours, and it costed me like $16, which I think is kind of pricey. Yeah, like in the future though, I want to get a bike. I want to buy my own bike and be able to bike around without having to like go to an app or like having to like pay for anything. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. And we're planning to do more things together with like the group, with like the people we hang out with. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah, right now I'm looking forward to the interview, honestly, on Friday. And I know I'll do a good job. Like I know. I just know. I think I tick every box that they have. I think so, and I think they need me. I think they need someone like me there, to spice up the environment. Yeah, and I don't think I have much to say anymore. So